I am Charlie, and in this video I'm going to present our candidacy for the MC, the Management Committee of Castellers of London, in the next elections of the 27th of May. You know that voting is a very important right of all the members of the CoL. If for any reason you're not here on the 27th, remember that you can proxy your vote through another member of the CoL. And after seeing this video, I hope that you vote and you vote for us. First, I'm about to explain what is our understanding of the MC. The statutes bring a high-level understanding, but we have some improvements on top of it. Then, we are about to explain what are our strategic objectives. According to these objectives and with our understanding of the MC, we have to find out the structure of the MC, and I'm going to explain as well this structure and who is fulfilling which positions. Finally, I'm about to explain how we are expecting to communicate both internally in the MC and from the MC with the members of the CoL. Let's start it. The main objective of the CoL is building Castells. This is why we have a TT team, a technical team, that brings expertise, brings guidance on how physically we have to build the Castells. In order for people to focus on building Castells, there is a huge universe of things that has to be prepared and must be done, like booking the rehearsal space, paying the invoices, obtaining some money, dealing with the insurance companies, preparing the events. Those are the kinds of things that the MC, the Management Committee, does. So we understand that the MC is a service supplier to the CoL, and this is the kind of relationship we think that the MC has to have regarding how we deal with the CoL. Just providing services as efficient and as good quality as we can. The CoL has a way of ongoing. We rehearse on Wednesdays and on Sundays. We have some specific events. But there is a bunch amount of things that we want to change in this kind of activities that we do. So this is why we prepare 6 different strategic objectives in order to change a little bit how we do things. The first is become more efficient in the way that we onboard new members and new participants, because currently it's a little bit messy with a whole list of documents that we have and how we have to deal with this. Then we want to attract around a 15% of more members by the end of the year. We think it's feasible. It's not going to be easy, but we think we can do it. We want to have a very good understanding of our finances. Now we know how much money we have in the bank account, but we want to go beyond this. We need forecasts, we need figures, we need month close down, we need more maturity on this. We want a very good rehearsal space. We have identified a rehearsal space, and if we agree with this rehearsal space, we want to make the move. We want to find a sponsor or at least paid events so we can have certain incomes, not only the kitchen and a few things on merchandising. And we want to finish our movement to a charitable status with the consequences that this will entail. So in order to do this, what we are doing is not selecting 6 topics because we want to select some topics. What we are really looking for is what some of us start talking about, that next level. We currently are a bunch of guys that do bizarre things, climbing one on top of the other in a very local community in the north of London. But we want to go beyond this. We want to have more members to bring higher structures. We want to be well known in the whole city of London. We want to have formal relationship with other organizations, companies, institutions. We want to have a proper, well-suited rehearsal space. So we can have net, a lot of things. If we start having all those things, we will be in a different position to deal with our ecosystem. We will reach another level. But let's be honest, let's be humble. Already half of the year has gone, so for the next months, we are going to work in this direction with our strategic objectives, but we are not going to reach that next level. Maybe next year. But what we really want to do is level the ground, prepare everything for going on that direction. Now that we talk about what we understand as the MC and what are our strategic objectives, let me talk about how we structure the MC and who is filling each position. And this is the structure of the MC. You can see it in blue. We have a cap de colla that will be elected in the same elections on the 27th, a president, a secretary, a treasurer, health and safety, and events. As you can see, it's a quite narrow MC, but we are putting a huge amount of responsibilities under each of the branches that you see here. Secretary will take care of media, comms, and legal. The treasurer will take care of merchandising, kitchen, and accounting because are the sources of and more economical activities. Health and safety will take care of first aid training, take care of the venues as well because are quite related with health and safety, and the school. And the school, remember that is related with more the social activity, not the technical side. Events will take care on the technical events and the social events, and will take care also of projects. And in projects we are putting all the activities related with working groups and similar things. And these are the members participating on the MC and in the delegates. So I will take care of the presidency, Jesse will take care of the secretary, and will be helped by the delegates Amanda and Alex. The treasury is going to be led by Mathieu, and Sam Spajuni and Cass will be helping him. Health and safety will be led by Mark Brannick, and Jaume and Lars will help him. And Maria Nieto will lead events with the help of Danny Serrats and Valentin. And now let me hand over to them for them to give you a few words.
Hello CoL members, my name is Jesse and I'm standing for the place of Secretary in the Management Committee. Our aim as an MC is to provide support for the TT to enable us to create the best performances possible. We're also here to ensure that all participants have a great time. Specifically, as Secretary, my principal aims are going to be to move all our data collection and storage to a secure online format, to carry on working with the Treasury to gain charitable status for the CoL, and also on working to improve our online presence by improving the web and Facebook and Instagram feeds. My hope is that these changes will help increase our public profile and aid the smooth running of the CoL as a whole, particularly when organising events. Thank you.
The CoL is growing, so to match the growing needs, the proposal is to have a team of 4 to handle all the financial aspects. The team will be Svajuna, Sam, myself, and Cass, and we will be headed Mathieu, who will be the MC member. Svajuna will do the accounts and oversee the kitchen sales. In case anyone is not aware, the sales at our break help pay for the rental of our rehearsal space, so you're eating for the good of the CoL. Sam will do the accounts and develop the merchandise side. Some of you may not realise that we not only have a variety of t-shirt designs, but we also sell hoodies, fleeces and other items, so think of what you might like to buy. The CoL is a limited company and we are applying for charity status, so I will keep the regular accounts updated and help prepare the submissions required by Companies House, HMRC and the Charity Commission. Mathieu will oversee the finances, bringing the 3 accounts together, and will keep the MC and yourselves updated. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mark Brennig. I joined Castells of London over a year ago and I'm standing for the health and safety position. So what that means is that I have 3 key responsibilities through the year. The first is all about our personal safety, and I have to make sure that the technical team have access to the right safety equipment. That's helmets, well-stocked first aid kits. We also need a good group of first aiders available at all the rehearsals and performances. So I'll be organising a first aid course through the year to make sure that we have the right numbers there, and also that our procedures are clear and are being followed by the technical team. The second is around the legal side. So it's making sure we're insured for the year, for our performances and our rehearsals, but also when we do special events like traveling to Tarragona. And the other is the side of legal protection. So are our participation forms up to date? Are we making sure we're using those? The third aspect is getting proactively involved on the event side, reaching out to venues, offering these forms called risk assessments, and just making sure that we answer any of their queries. Also arranging ambulances as well, whenever we're doing large structures. And we find that talking to the venue can really help avoid those last minute cancellations like we saw with UCL. So those are the sort of three key responsibilities. Over the course of the year, I'm going to be helped by Lars and Jaume, and I want us to work on improving in a couple of ways. The first one is our documentation and our safety and training materials. I'd like to improve these, evolve them, maybe reaching out to other COIAs to find out how they do things, but also just improving the translation from Catalan in a few places so it's a little clearer. The second area is all around exploring new venues, and if we're going to be looking at new venues to rehearse, then that's also a great opportunity to look at perhaps new safety equipment like nets maybe, or if we have the storage space, safety mats as well. So that's 5 priorities. I'm Mark Brennig. Thanks for listening. Cheers.
I am Maria, and I am going to be events representative for the candidacy proposed by Jordi Bellver for the next MC of Castellers of London. Within events, we have defined 3 main objectives. The first one is to set up a calendar for the next year that will include all the activities as soon as we are able to define the dates. Activities including social as well as Castellers related activities, and also activities that are both one-time activities, one-time events, or both the repetitive events that we repeat each year, such as Sant Jordi, Calçotada, Christmas celebration, etc. So we want to have this calendar refreshed as soon as possible to allow people to know as much as possible in advance when each activity happens. Secondly, we want to define a standardized protocol for event organization. This will make, again, the organization of events much easier, and it will set up a standard for the future, which is very useful also to look back and see what works well, what doesn't work so well, and keep improving event after event. And finally, from events, we will be working together with President and Secretary to establish contacts with different organizations and entities in London and in the UK, which hopefully will lead to new joint events, new collaborations, etc. And these organizations should include non-profit organizations, should include companies, public services, etc. So these are our 3 main objectives, and we hope to perform them as best as possible, and we hope to make an improvement for Castellers of London. And for this, I will count with the help of Dani Serrats and of Valentí. So we thank you in advance for your support.
So, and just to finalize, let me explain you a little bit how we're expecting to communicate. There has to be a very constant and direct communication between the president and the Cap de Colla. We think this is crucial, it's basic. Then we are going to have MC steerings, so weekly meetings, probably over Skype or something like that, for just to avoid the problem of moving from one place to another. For the pure MC, so we discuss every week topics, and those topics are not getting accumulated one on top of the other. Then we're going to have a delegates meeting, so every member of the MC is going to have a team. So, and they will meet at their own discretion. There is no specific time frame for those meetings when they meet. We are expecting to have an MC steering committee. This is going to have once a month, and it's going to be a meeting with the whole MC and with all the delegates. This is to discuss all the big topics that we have to talk about and to prepare a summary that we want to deliver monthly. So, and this is the MC newsletter. We expect that every month we issue a brief summary explaining what were the objectives that we have for that period, how we evolved on those objectives, if we reach it, if not, how we are replanning those, a short summary of our economical position, and what are we going to expect to do in the next month. With all this information, we think that you are going to be very well informed on what we're doing, on what's happening. And of course, if you need to communicate with us, you only have to come to any of the MC members and say whatever you need, or send any formal email to the addresses that we have in the website. And this is it. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you vote for us. Thank you very much.